Right. Dan, do you feel, though, overall, that there is some reason for optimism?
Yeah, I believe that there is going to be a deal at some point in time. Why? Because both sides need the deal. We both need it to happen. But the question becomes, is it going to be a good deal for the United States? And President Trump has promised that he's not just going to make a deal for the sake of making that deal. It has to be a deal that favors the United States. So we're going to hold out until that point.
And the president has said that it's not just the United States that stands to benefit from a better deal, but the entire world. He's long pointed out that it's not just about the trade balance between the U.S. and China, but it's about the bigger picture, and that's China's violation of intellectual property norms and the way it conducts business within the country. And perhaps what's being lost today is that there does seem to be a victory for the president in terms of finally getting some kind of support on this front from the rest of the Europeans, or certainly from the president of France. So, Dan, he's not satisfied yet, but getting there. I mean, does this not mark a significant shift from the Europeans, that they're finally getting on board and they're going to look at revising the World Trade Organization rules?
Yeah, I think it is some success in that regard, that we are getting support from Europe and hopefully from the rest of the world. Everybody understands that China has been a bad actor on the world stage when it comes to trade. The question is what are we going to do about it? Now, listen, we have been in a tit-for-tat related to raising tariffs on each other with China. Right? What has changed all of a sudden? What's changed is that the president turned around and said, I want to encourage American companies to start thinking about doing business outside of China. Look for alternatives with the supply chain. Then all of a sudden, China said, well, wait a minute, let's call for some calm here and let's figure this out. So there's been some talk about whether the president could actually order American companies to come out of China. That remains to be seen. But planting that seed, I think, worried China. I do agree with David from the standpoint they would love to be able to wait this out to 2020. I don't think they're going to be able to do that.
David, very quickly, we've been seeing U.S. companies start to decouple anyway.
It's going to happen no matter what, even if there is a trade deal, because they see the calculus at this point. They understand that regardless which side of this in this country wins the election, Americans understand that this is an adversary in every sense of the word. Capital commitments to that region of the world are decades, billions of dollars. You're not going to make the same mistake twice.
David Nelson, thank you so much. Dan Geltrude, appreciate you both being on set with us. All right, stick around.